concerns about a possible economic crisis and the impact on some Ogoni residents following another oil spill. Speaking in Port Harcourt, the group attributed the spill to equipment failure and operational negligence, stating that some facilities have not been serviced for more than 3 decades. They called on the federal government to intervene and address recurrent spills, which they say continue to pose risks to the environment, public health, and the livelihoods of the Ogoni people.
We're asking that NNPC must immediately decommission all 17 aging wells in Kpean in line with UNEP report recommendations to prevent further environmental disasters. 2, provide adequate compensation to ensure fair and prompt compensation to affected farmers and fisher folks and families.
With what is happening, what does it say for the people of the Niger Delta? What does it mean for the people of the Niger Delta? Does it mean that the people of the Niger Delta will continue suffering this type of environmental monstrosity? Does it mean that the people of the Ogoni will eat apart from the fact that cleanup is going on?
Well, let's now bring in team lead Mideco Environmental Development Initiative, Celestin Akpobari, who is himself an environmental rights defender from Ogoni land and one of the conveners of this gathering that is bringing this to the fore. Mr. Akpobari, good to have you join us. Tell us more about this latest oil spill in Rivers State and the economic and health implication for communities around there.
Thank you all for having me. Good evening. It is sad that we'll continue to talk about this matter because every now and then we witness oil spills, further attack on it dovetails into several devastations, including those of neighboring communities. UNEP recommended in 2011 that the oil companies and the NNPC should decommission, meaning that they have to remove all the pieces of pipes in the Ogoni soil. But up till now, they choose what they want to implement, like the remediation that I started, but that has to do with the commission. They have refused to do that. Because if they decommission, if they remove these pipelines and remove all these aged wellheads, we won't be having this oil spill every day. In May, the people of Bidre woke up and saw heavy devastation in their homes. We are not talking of oil spills on people's farms and creeks anymore. We are talking about homes now. Every now and then, there is an oil spill. And it is sad, especially in a system where the government has failed completely. It is money that the Ogoni people get from their...
But Mr. Akpobari, you know, time and again, we hear government talk about efforts to clean up Ogoni land, to work with those residents in those communities to actually bring the much-needed succor and help to them. How do you think we can actually ensure adequate maintenance of our oil infrastructure and prevent recurrence of incidents of this nature?
How do you bring help to a people that you are planning to destroy? The government of Nigeria and the oil companies are planning to destroy the Ogoni people. Because if they want to
Mr. Akpobari, I know you have a right to speak, right? But then we need to be considerate with what is said on national television. If some part of the policy, you know, doesn't seem to be working, it might not necessarily mean there is a deliberate attempt, you understand, to destroy the people. That's a very strong word and allegation you're making there.
Yeah, I say so because from our experience, there is no community, no any nationality in Nigeria that have been dealt with so severely the way the Nigerian government has done to the Ogoni people. Kesaruwa will be alive today if Ogoni never had oil. The military, led by Paul Kuntumo and Obi Omai, invaded Ogoni and killed over 2,000 persons. Where in Nigeria are 2,000 persons being killed and murdered in cold blood because they asked that they should come and clean their environment?
So let's talk about this cleanup. Let's talk about this cleanup. Earlier, you spoke about a plan to remove the pipelines. But you also know that this is like a major revenue source for the country. So, I mean, what do you have to say at this time regarding what can be done, efforts that can be made to clean up, yes, you know, to continue the process of cleaning up and just really make life better for the people?
I think you are trying to tell me that Nigeria value oil more than blood. If they value blood, human more than oil, you will understand what I'm talking about. The cleanup you are referring to, is it not madness to turn on the tap and mop the floor at the same time? If it will take over 30 years to clean up Ogoni, and the cleanup has just started, don't you think that reopening the oil wells will repollute Ogoni land that you are trying to clean? Who would think, I mean, any same person.
So I would have really,
Ogoni,
Mr. Akpobari, I would have really appreciated that, you know, you really just list out those things you think can be done, because those are the points that those who are watching would take up and they can work on to bring succor to the people. So if you could just list them out in about 30 seconds, please.
Well, what they should do immediately is to fence run all these on-service, non-working oil wells. Fence them round, pay adequate compensation to communities whose livelihoods and land and creeks have been devastated and polluted. And NNPC should decommission. I think these are the things that are very germane and necessary and urgent right now. People whose livelihood have been destroyed should be compensated adequately. That's what we want right now.
All right, then. Celestine Akpobari is a Mediacorp Environmental Development Initiative team lead. Thank you for your time on TVC News at 10.
Thank you for having me.